Alright guys, welcome back to my channel, Bernard's Trade. Let me do a quick review on my analysis for last week. So last week, I was hoping price will run into this zone. I also stated that I was bearish to this level, these lows. But during the course of the week, on Monday, we had this shift here. So it now gave me the idea that we are likely not going to come back to this zone. So I should be looking for a sell to this low and ultimately to this low. So I took just to this low, just to be safe, just in case price decides to change direction. So as you can see on my screen here, the sell that I took for this day. So I use the lower time frame to sell this from here. It's just 1:2, 1:2.5, 2.4. So I sold from this point to this low, and I was off from the market from here exactly. So on Friday, which was yesterday, I sold again. This is just 1:1. As you can see also the trade that I took on my screen here. So I sold from this point to target this low, but price ran deep into almost getting to my stop, retraced. But I was expecting it, I was really expecting it to run this low, but it didn't do that. So I closed before the market closed on Friday. I didn't want to be on this market till Monday, so I closed here. So I also took in my commentary, I also posted on YouTube here that I'm expecting a level on EURAUD. Yes, I was expecting this low. This is the level that I called out. I was expecting this low to be run out. I also called GBPAUD. So I sold here. I also called, as you can also see, but I was taken out of this market on break even. Normally, when I have a correlated pairs, if I have two levels that I'm looking at, once one is run out, I will definitely close the other one. So GBP traded to the target that I called. I would have closed my EURAUD, but I failed to do that. And as you can see, I shorted somewhere here. So I shorted somewhere here and 4 TP here. Then right now, this buy setup is my projection, is what I'm looking at for next week. I'm not really on this trade currently, but this is what I'm expecting to play out. So I'm expecting the market to reverse from this point back to this high. That's what I will be expecting for this coming week. But I would only get in if I want to buy from here, I would just risk a little because of swap fee. I didn't just want to be involved in this market. So on Monday, I would see the possibility of us. I think we are going to buy. I was looking at price driven to the zone, then we'll go back up. So let's see how that books. So even if I'm going to buy from this zone, I'll wait after the first 1 hour candle of opening. I might buy on pending order from here. And I normally add 10 pips extra to my stop loss if I'm looking for a large range like this. So I can add my 10 pips extra stop loss to target this high. I will also risk very little, not even close to, I might risk like 3% of what I would have risked if it's very clean, or 2% of it. Then if we happen to displace above this swing high, leaving a fair value gap above this swing high, leaving a fair value gap, then here this high, then I would now buy the size that I initially wanted to buy. So dropping back down to EURUSD, I am still bearish for this coming week for us to trade below this low first. Then from the market reaction, I would know if I would sell it to this low. So for now, on this pair, that's just what I'm looking at. That's just what I'm expecting to see. This low first, these lows. Then the only pair I'm interested in for this week is gold. I've already marked it out, where I want to sell from. So this is my setup, my selling setup for gold. So as market is opening on Monday, I'm going in on this. So I can do a lot of things. I can buy at the entrance of this fair value gap. My stop can be just right above this candle's high. If I want to be more cautious, I can take it up a little bit, or I can just do 1:2 at the dot. No, I don't think I'll be doing that. I would do something like this. Then if I'm dropping down to the 1 hour time frame, that means I can use, if price around this liquidity, I can sell from there. Then I can also reduce, can also do 1:3. So I can also do something like this, or just a little bit slightly above here, or 1:3 at the dot, something like this. So I'm taking 2 positions on this because this is a clean formation for me to sell. This is a clean formation for me to sell from. I'm looking at the daily, is also suggesting that level. So I believe we are going to run this high. So I would want us to open, trade above, tap in, then we crash. This is how the weekly is looking. Not bad. Earlier this week, on my last weekend review, I talked about price running this high. If you check the last video, talked about price running this high. and it did. So as Monday, is Tuesday for this week. I talked about this high being taken out, ultimately these ones, and price did just that. Then the last but not the least is US 100. I missed a very good sell from this zone. I had price trading to this zone. I was really hoping to sell from there. So this was it. This is it. I was looking for price to trade into this zone. This was my setup. I was just waiting, and unfortunately I wasn't part of this move. I was just looking for a good entry formation. Funny enough, it gave it to me on the 15 minutes and on 30 minutes time frame. This 15 minutes time frame, but I've just gotten here, stop here or slightly above it, and look at how wonderful that is. Would have been very clean if I had taken this. Would have been 1:9. That would have been good, but I missed it, and it almost booked the same day, went up. So I was really expecting that we wouldn't run that low. So these levels have been taken out. I was really expecting that we'll have an inside buy here, or still leave this low and trade close to it so that next week we can tap into this zone and crash down, or trading above here and crash down into this fair value gap and crash down. But that didn't happen. So this is all I'm looking at for this coming week. Gold is the major pair that I'm looking at trading this week. Then I also mentioned US oil on the last review that I want to see price maybe trade into this zone so that I can buy from there, but it didn't. Tapped into this zone and continued going up. So this is the level that I am looking for, this and ultimately this. So price is almost there. Let's see how price books this coming week. So I've not been trading US based pairs because I don't really like the formations currently. I don't really like the formations currently for all of them. So I will just leave them. Also, I bought from this zone to these highs. For JPY, I really don't like trading GBP, JPY, Euro JPY, or JPY pairs when it's not in alignment with USD JPY. So I'm more interested in USD JPY. So if I'm seeing a clean formation, it's currently at all-time highs. So I'm not interested in joining the ride. And if you drop down to 1 hour, you will see so many long wicks. It can just go up a little and drop long wicks. So I'm not really interested in buying this. But if I see a sell formation, I will gladly hop in. So for now, not interested. So for next week, I will be looking at this. EURUSD is almost at my level that I'm looking forward to exit, but I'm already out, so there is no need for me to still wait around. But I can also, if I see a clean trade for next week on EURUSD, I will still jump in. For GBPUSD, here's how my GBP markup is looking like. So for next week, if we happen to run into these highs, I would sell and also add my 10 pips extra to this. So I wouldn't be surprised if we run up to this home before crashing down to this lows. So what I do is, since this is Thursday's low, EURUSD, Thursday's low is also intact. So what I normally do is, if it's intact here and intact in GBPUSD and possibly intact in DXY, once 2 takes out, maybe this index takes out this high and USD takes out the low, or manually close GBP, or if whichever one does it first, if it's just 2, I just need 2 to take out a level that I'm looking at, then I will be out of the trade. So that will be all for this week. Until next week, be safe.